Hey man, welcome back to Man Time. Today's episode, I got into a pre-estate sale, and I got a trailer full of stuff. Let's see what I got. Welcome to Man Time. Alright, man, you ever feel like you're just living right? That's one of the sayings that tractor hydraulics are settling. There's a saying down here in the South that when you something happens to you really good, they say, you must be living right to get that kind of a deal or whatever. I definitely feel like I'm living right now. So I saw this on Marketplace. It said OBO, and it was like 2 miles from my house, right? So I immediately contacted the person that had it, and they said, well, we don't live there, so I can't meet you there today, maybe tomorrow. And tomorrow happened to be Saturday, so that was nice. I was like, yeah, okay, first thing, let's do it. And didn't hear back from them, so I texted them the next morning, and they said, yeah, we're over here, come on over and check it out or whatever. I had to figure out a way to get it onto the trailer, because yeah, they didn't have a tractor there, and it wasn't even their place. It was a buddy's place that had passed away, and this was the pre-estate sale. They were getting rid of some stuff for the widow. So yeah, just excellent, awesome deal on it. Looks like everything's there. It's not a name brand one. It looks like a gray market Chinese or Taiwanese or whatever. But it looks all there, and it looks complete, and it looks actually fairly new. Looking down inside the panel here, it looks like all the airlines are there. It's got the 4 foot pedals in the front and all of the stuff on top. I don't know how to use it yet, but I'm sure I'll figure it out. There's been several times where I've had a pop tire, or hit a tire, or hit something in the woods and popped a tire. Tractor equipment. You can get tires online, like for ag, like 3-rib type of tires and stuff like that. It's just hard finding somebody to put them on, around here. So it's going to be nice to have that one, especially for like baler tires and the hay rake tires and stuff like that. So, tire change machine, first thing I got. But I get there, so here's the story. I get there, and I'm just looking at this, and there's a whole shop full of stuff. Like, the guy and I must have been, separated at birth or something. He had, like, basically all the tools I had, and the tools I didn't have, he had. So, yeah, just amazing. A man's shop is a sacred place, So I walked in there and just saw, tools everywhere, and I mean, he had it separated into boxes. Like he had a welding box, he had a woodworking box, he had, metal working tools, he had woodworking tools, he had, DeWalt drills and stuff, he had chop saws and, bench drill press and, just different stations kind of set up in this garage. And, wasn't used for cars anymore, it was used for projects and stuff like that. But, yeah, shelving set up, and, I mean, it was just a really sight to behold. There wasn't any chainsaws. The chainsaw had already been sold, so I missed out on those. But yeah, I mean, just remnants of chainsaw chains and sharpening and some old carb kits and stuff. Mowers, of course. I don't need a mower, but just everything you could possibly think of. So I got 3 things. I got this, the tire changer. I got an air receiver tank, which I really needed. Like I'd guess maybe 400 gallon. Maybe 300. Let's say 300 gallon air receiver tank. And previously I had purchased a 3 piston, air compressor, and we'll take a look at that one. And then I also got an engine jack. So I mean, dirt cheap. Like I'll just say under $1,000. I got that air receiver tank, and an engine jack. And I don't know if it's 2 ton or 1 ton or 1.5 ton. There's no lettering on it, but we'll look at it a little bit closer here in just a second. Let's see if we can get this receiver tank in, and then I guess we'll take a look at the air compressor that I picked up a while ago. well, here is the air receiver tank, and you can see how I had it rigged there. It was one strap double chokered, and yeah, this thing is huge. I don't know if the scale is really coming across there, but massive. I would guess somewhere is around 300 gallon. I think it's a converted propane tank. I don't know, but it does hold air. Yes. All right, and then let's see here. Let's see if I can wheel this over where it's in the shot. Yeah, here's the air compressor unit that I'm going to put on it, maybe, or I could just leave it divorced and have it sitting somewhere. You can you can see somebody's rig job. I saved this off Marketplace. This was a couple $100, and yeah, I couldn't be happier with this one. This one is a, let's take a look here. This is Curtis Toledo Inc. Yeah, Curtis Toledo Inc. And I actually have a kit on this one. There's a company in town that they specialize in air compressors and equipment and stuff like that. Basically, they specialize in air compressors, though. And they switched over to the Speed Air line, I think is the big green ones that are, you know, starting at $2,500, $3,500 for a small 60-gallon one, you know, top of the line, like actually USA made heavy duty. This one is USA made, Toledo, Ohio. Hard to say. Anyways, it is a 3-piston. It has got a newish Dayton motor on it, but it looks like this is the original factory configuration. Single belt on it, where it's got sheaves for 2-belt system, so I may try to get a number off of here and order another belt. But I did actually see this run, even though, you know, it's disconnected now. I don't remember if he just had it wire tied into a 220 outlet or what, but yeah, it does run. It does pump air. It doesn't have any of the air filters or anything like that. So this company that switched over to the Speed Air compressors, they actually used to sell these Toledo branded ones or whatever they are. So yeah, they had on the shelf from stuff that they, you know, probably should have thrown away but didn't, were able to make some money on it. They didn't even have it in their system. You know, the guy said, you know, if you buy some accessories, I'll throw in, and I'll just kind of show you here, I guess. Yeah, so I got some regulators, and these are the air filter housings that go on there. There's two air filter housings on here, and it looks like this just screws right into there. Yeah, it looks like this is just going to screw right into there and sit. So I'll have, you know, one here and one here. And like I said, I don't really know anything about the plumbing. This has a port here that's filled up with dirt dauber nests at this point. So I don't know what that is doing. But yeah, it's connected in the front here over to the back here, which is connected to the back here. And then I guess the inlet is here. And I guess this is probably the outlet. So anyways, I got a lot of work to do to get this up and running to a reliable state. But that's the plan, is to have this powering the plant air for the shop, and this is the receiver tank. And I'll probably have some sort of air, you know, shop air system that I'm going to set up here in the future. So if that's something that you're looking at doing at your shop, you know, subscribe to this channel and you'll see that at some point here. I'm a ways off from having power. I'm still working on my utility room and some other things. But let's see if we can rig up this tire change machine to safely get it off of the trailer. That ought to be easier said than done, huh? Yeah, rigging is one of those things where you really have to assess, you know, what's going on. So in this case, I see two kind of rigging points that I'd like to get into. This main deal here, I think if I lift up there, I mean, the majority of the weight is going to be there. So I want to choke her on and have a good, secure connection to this main column coming up off of the thing. But I think a secondary one would be like on this table. Well, there is one cut hose right there, and a fitting that's off of it. Looks like some damage
Looks like some damage to a fitting down here. Yeah, it looks like the threads were pulled out of one of the fittings there. But I've got it. See, it's got an international patent on it, so that's got to tell you something. But yeah, so there's some damage to one of the fittings down here. I guess we'll figure that out when we get there. Yeah, I guess I'll have to find a YouTube video to figure out how this thing works, because there's switches and levers and all kinds of stuff. So anyways, it looks like I ended up getting a pretty good deal with some damage on it like that. But back to rigging. So I'm gonna want to like choker around this somewhere where it's not going to do like any damage. Like right under here, if I can get it to stay here. Let's see if I can get underneath. Yeah, you really don't want to do any damage to the thing, right? Let's see here. How would I choker back to that? Yeah, this might be the spot where I want to use the shackle. Yeah, because I want to stay. There's a piece of it like coming out a little bit over here, and I want to stay on that one. So I may want to use the shackle, wrap around that, and then shackle back to this. And then down here, this is just going to be to stabilize. And it looks like there's a nice shaft right here. I may be able to hook on to hook on with the shackle right there. Let's see if that'll work. Because that looks like a nice heavy-duty steel shaft. Oh, but there's an airline. All these airlines are cut. Except for one. Yeah, all the airlines coming out of the bottom of these grippers are cut. So, that's definitely not going to work. What about you? Are you sturdy? No, you're not. How about underneath the very base of it here? Yeah, there's a lot of strap here. I may come all the way under it and choker along the bottom. I think that's what I'm going to do. If I can get it tilted back at all. Yeah, let's try that. Alright, well, here's what we have, and, I am not a professional rigger, although I have been through, like, rigging training before, so I think, I kind of want to stay in line, with this column, so I went on this side of this air cylinder, right there, and I think that should probably work. It should. And then on this, so I wrapped around here, and then I shackled back, to the strap there, and that might not be the right way to go. I may want to shackle on the other side of that fork. I don't know. We'll try it and we'll see. Yeah, I'm switching it out here. I want to hook onto the strap, so it's chokering before before that. Okay, let's try that. Yeah, this is where two people are doing it. Want to kind of tilt this way. We got a good bite on it on the main column. Let's stabilize it. Let's go up just a touch more. That feels pretty stable right there. Alright, well, it's up in our teeth here. Let's get a look at some stuff. So yeah, like this thing here and this cylinder, I have no idea what that does. Yeah, it looks like that was scratched up a little bit, but yeah, here's lock. Looks like that lever goes up and down. This, let's see, it looks like it has a, air input, air water separator that's broken. So I'll have to replace that. Let's see here. It looks like, well, see, it says 220 volt single phase, but it's got a regular plug on it. Yeah, 220 volt. Where's this plug going? Yeah, plug comes down into here, goes over to here, goes up and into here, and then that goes up into the motor there. Of course, the guy could have just had 220 on that plug. But yeah, it looks like, kind of all this stuff is intact. Yeah, some of this stuff, I don't know what it is. If you know what that thing is, down there in the comments. I don't have a clue. Yeah, extra piece of line there. But let me show you. I mean, everything looks pretty clean. And I guess as long as the, I guess that looks like an air diaphragm pump. As long as that works, we should be pretty good to go. But yeah, there's a blue line coming down that doesn't connect to anything. Yeah, there's a missing port right there. with the threads chewed up. I'm sure that'll make something not work. And then, like coming off of these feet, these things here, on the bottom of them, the hoses, like broken off. There's nothing connected there. And this one isn't connected either. It's just hanging out, wrapped around the bottom. And then, yeah, this one here, same thing, just a hose flapping in the wind. So, but yeah, it looks like it has like kind of all the stuff, you know, this thing, and then this swing arm thing here. Let me get it down off of here and set it up. Maybe we can get a little bit better look at it. All right, well, looks like that is pretty much everything. Air compressor gauge right there, but yeah, you can see like it has all of the things to do stuff. I don't know what this is or how this works or why it's there, but it is. And then it's got this thing, and I've seen this before. What it does, I do not know. And then it's got this little roller thing on there too. So, yeah, I don't know. Whatever this thing does, you know, it's got that. Looks like it was welded on there. A little weld repair. So, I mean, it's got some issues, but, you know, the price was right. Got the bead breaker on it. Looks like I'll just need a few little odds and ends here to finish it out, but that looks like a pretty good machine. Let me show you one more thing that I got. Yeah, so last piece of the puzzle right here with the engine hoist. And this one is going to be super handy. I've got this now. I've got an engine stand. I'm going to try to replace out the rod bearings in my Subaru Forester 2.5. The bearings for the rods are out on it. I think both of the Subaru engines. So I'm going to try both of them. I got sets of bearings, and being able to pull the car in here, like actually pull the engine in a shop with the right way with the right tools is going to be pretty nice. But yeah, it'll be nice to have this as a way to change tires, and I got to figure out, I guess if it's actually 220 or 110 or what these airline sizes are, and try to get some new ones. I don't know. Okay, there we go. Sample size, so I can bring that to the part store and see if I can get a length of that hose there. I don't know if it looks like probably 1/4 inch. I don't know how it's measured, but we'll figure it out and get some more. Yeah, so looks like all the air cylinders work on this. Looks like all the parts are there. Well, no, all the parts aren't there. The jack handle's missing for that, so. I mean, that, you know, you get a good deal, you buy some stuff that needs a little bit of working on. I mean, that's basically how this entire channel is, showing you getting old stuff, fixing it up, making it work, and, you know, being able to do what you need to do on a regular person's income. Some of these folks out there that have just, you know, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars to spend on stuff, I don't get it. Like a $50,000 truck and, you know, $50,000 tractor and everything you see on my channel has been something that's been like under $5,000, busted up, and I fixed it up, and now it works like new again. So that's what I'm going to do with all this stuff, right? The 3-piston air compressor, I got that dirt cheap. I'm going to build that up with that huge receiver tank. If you were to buy that stuff new today, you're probably looking at $5,000 or, you know, better. And then same with this thing here. If you were to buy that new, a couple grand probably. If you were to buy like an actual name brand one, like Coates or whatever, I've been looking at some for quite a while, and to find one that's actually in halfway decent condition, it's you know, it's expensive. It's really expensive. So I think I just, you know, another good score for the channel here. I get to fix these up, show you how to fix them, and then ultimately figure out how to work them, and, you know, have it as a tool to use here in the shop and on the channel. So anyways, that's going to do it for today on Man Time. Get out there, have some man time too.